All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Coffee Run with John from ProCraps. Here we are in beautiful Wenatchee, Washington. I'm on my deck. Studio's not set up yet, but I'm feeling a little disconnected, so I thought I should probably do a show here at some point and just say, hey, everybody, how y'all doing? And just kind of do a little check-in with you. So yeah, good morning from the deck, and you can see, hopefully you can see why I bought this house and left the great city of Seattle. Look at that view. It's crazy, right? Anyway, it's a Friday, and I think what we're going to start doing here on Fridays is this Friday Follies thing. We did it before, where Friday Follies was always this kind of like, hey, let's play some stupid crap strategy. That'll be more what I'll do on the morning or the daily paycheck on Fridays. Well, Friday's daily paychecks will do something crazy on the tables. But here on this show, on the regular coffee run for Fridays, I think what I'm going to start doing is a regular sort of ask me anything kind of a show. I think that makes a lot of sense. It's kind of a, all week long we work really hard making the show kind of right, getting good content, getting lectures together, that kind of thing, and teaching, that kind of thing. And I think on Fridays I want to have some fun. Fridays I want to kick back and just kind of let you all have at me. So I've got a lot of things that are planned here, and I of course I'm going through withdrawals too, Gary. We'll get back to it for sure at some point here. But I've had what, a week and a half, 2 weeks or so of just kind of thinking about the channel, the show, my life, all that kind of stuff, and like, what do I want to do? And take this thing forward. So we'll talk about that this morning. And then of course, anything else you want, just put a Q in front of it so I can find it. And I'll hit any question you have for me on any topic at all. I don't care what the topic. It's ask me anything. So it doesn't have to be about craps. You can ask me whatever you want to. And we'll just have a morning here, and we'll talk as long as people want to hear me talk. So anyway, let's move in to the other thing here. Did I miss anything this week? I was, my God, I walk away from the show for a couple of days, and the president gets shot, and all kind of shit happened. Right? It's like the internet's good, Jen. I got gigabit internet here. So what people probably don't know about Wenatchee, actually I'll save that question for the thing. I do want to talk about this because it's actually a good topic you're bringing up. Where's my star? There it is. It's kind of hard to see with the light out here. The internet here is great, and there's a reason for that. It's actually pretty cool. But yeah, nothing big happened while I was gone. We had an assassination attempt. We had the RNC convention last night. We had all kind of crap going on. We have the world's on fire, and it's crazy. It's crazy town right now. But yeah, besides that, Craps Chat's coming back. I want to tell you that. Craps Chat is on the way back next Sunday. New look to Craps Chat. Jeff will be there, but Jeff is no longer the host of Craps Chat. Jeff has kind of relinquished that. He wants to kind of just take a powder a little bit and just kind of do his fun midday Mac type of things. He's let that go, and we're going to take it over. And what it's going to look like is a little different than it was before. I hope you like the new format. Next week, we'll get the hype train started. I'm going to introduce you to the new host of the show. You may have heard who it's going to be, but we'll have a new host of the show, a new format of the show, too. And we'll talk about the format with our new host next week. So if you know who it is, don't say it. That person will join me on this show at some point this coming week, and we'll talk through it. But it's going to be cool. It's not going to be willy-nilly 3 hours of viewer comments and questions, right? We're going to show some of those on there for sure, but we're going to focus the show more as a panel discussion. So we're going to assemble a panel each week and have the panelists kind of talk through whatever the topics are. Could be a theme for the show, DI, math, whatever it's going to be. It could be world events. It could be whatever we want to talk about, but it's going to be a panel discussion. It'll be probably 2 or 3 regulars, probably 1 or 2 guests, and it'll be known who's going to be on there each week. We'll advertise it up, and it'll be more pointed in terms of slotted time, that kind of thing. So that's the plan for Craps Chat. We'll talk about that more next week, but it's coming back for sure. I'm going to lock in, by the way, Craps for the Cure today. I'm calling David at Casino Quest today. I know we're going to do part of the show at CQ. I want to hammer the date in with him right now and have that as for sure where we do some of the non-casino table stuff. But if the casino thing falls through, and you never know with these things, right? We can do the whole thing at CQ again. So I'm going to make sure I've got that locked in so that no matter what, it's 10/19, no matter what, either at CQ or at a casino, or a merge of both. But I'm going to try and lock that date in today so we can start getting guests scheduled. I've already got a few guests scheduled, and it's going to be on for sure. It's a matter of just that day so we can get tickets locked in. So give me 24 hours here, and I'll make an announcement on Monday morning that we have it locked. So that's that. Besides that, I don't have anything else to talk about other than what you want to talk about. So ask me questions if you want to. Whatever you want. The date is basically set, Joe. Again, I'm going for 1019. I'm going to make sure that Casino Quest has that back table locked for us again like we did last year, so that we can fall back to that if we don't get the casino. If we do get the casino, we'll probably do 90% of it at the casino and 10-15% of it at CQ. We'll use CQ for the things that we have to use a table for, like the teach or whatever with David, that kind of thing, where we need quiet. The casino, of course, you can't do that. So we'll have kind of an on-site, off-site sort of vibe to it. That's going to be the plan there. So I'm getting, again, I'll make sure that David's cool with that today. So we'll get her locked in today, and that way we can at least start printing tickets and getting folks buying plane tickets, and then we'll start working through Premier Casino Hosting on rooms for everybody and everything else. If it's going to be at the casino, rooms will be at the casino that we're going to be at, obviously. If it's not, we'll work with you to get you rooms through some Caesars property or a Station Casino property there in Vegas. We'll get that all figured out in the weeks coming up here. So lots to do, which is good. Now that I got myself kind of set up over here in the house, we can have those conversations. And I say kind of set up, I mean like not really set up at all. If you want to, I'll give you a tour. I'll walk you through the house, and I'll take you downstairs, and I'll show you the craps room. Not quite ready for business yet. I mean, I actually was doing, I was in the car here. I did another moving run yesterday. We had a 20-foot truck, had the craps table and some other stuff in it. We had a 26-foot truck, and then yesterday I had a 10-foot truck. Finally got the last stuff out of my old house into this house yesterday, if you can believe that. And we sold probably a third of our stuff, like furniture-wise, and we had a big, yard moving sale and sold the equivalent of a 15-foot truck worth of stuff at the yard sale, and I took a 15-foot truck to the dump, and plus giveaways, and we still had those. It's amazing how much you accumulate in 10-plus years of living in some place, but anyway, here we are. Let's go. Get your Q's on there. Ask me questions. I know there's one from Jen, and I want to talk about that one there. I'm going to put the Q filter on. Let's go. Q. How do I do that? Q filter right there. There's the Q. There's no questions yet, really. All right. So Jen did ask a question about the internet. How's the internet out there? And it's fantastic. We have great internet here. Wenatchee, Washington, if you don't know, is literally in the dead center of the state. It's dead. It's 2 hours from Seattle. It's 2 hours from Spokane. 2 hours from almost everything, which makes it a little hard to get to places. But we have our own airport. I can take a 30-minute flight to Seattle. It's actually a 26-minute flight to Seattle for $100 and some dollars. Not a big deal. I can get out of here pretty quick. The big thing, though, is that there's two dams here. We have the Rocky Beach Dam and the Columbia River Dam that are both within probably 45 minutes of where we are. The Columbia River is not the one you see. The Columbia River goes the other direction. Behind me is the Wenatchee River. Both of those rivers are dammed. We have, in this town, the cheapest electric in the country, believe it or not. My old house, my electric bill was about $180 a month. At this house, the average is $35 a month. That's how much cheaper, like when you live in a city where the dams are, it's that much cheaper. So what's happening here is you might, if you look this up, you'll see there's a data center going up. There's already one, I think, in Quincy, Washington, and one going up in Malaga. I think it's Malaga. I think Microsoft's building a data center in Malaga, which is 10 miles this way, and the other one is 5 or 6 miles that way. Two enormous data centers. So Azure data centers are going to be expanded into here, as well as a data center that's shared by a lot of bigger companies. It's not part of the AWS network, but these big data centers are here because the power is so cheap. And the water, of course, drives the power being so cheap. So what happens is, like, you look at like the way that AI works. You may have heard, raise your hand if you've heard of NVIDIA. NVIDIA is the stock that's blowing up everywhere, right? Those chips use so much power. They consume power like nuclear power plant sized power when you get into the millions of chips size. Over here, that's going to be very cheap to run. So you'll see a lot of the AI stuff moving from Seattle here to Wenatchee, and the surrounding areas. So I think this area is going to grow. It's Jen calls it the sticks. It is the sticks to some degree. We were joking that everywhere you go in this town is 10 minutes away. Like, we were going to my father-in-law's house the other day to watch a basketball game, and like we were going to get him teriyaki on the way out there. So it's 10 minutes to the teriyaki place, 10 minutes to his house. Everything is 10 minutes, and like there's no traffic, right? So it's like it's super easy to get around. Everything is chill. It's really good. Jen's got a zillion shares in NVIDIA. Good for you. It's interesting, and it just split. Like, you know, Ian says, yeah, great whitewater rafting. If you're outdoorsy, this is the place for you to be right here. This is the place. We have massive, awesome hiking. All those mountains are hikeable. Mission Ridge over there is a great ski resort. There's tons of lakes, rivers, all of it, man. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, Jen says the sticks, whitewater rafting. Gary, any moving stories? Moving does suck. I'll tell you, man. So the first thing was this. We had, Apple Blossom. I forgot about that. I'll send pictures. When Apple Blossom happens, I'll send pictures. It's pretty cool. But yeah, the moving story is this. So the big thing was, for the first time in a while, I moved myself. Like, usually, I'm the guy, right? I pay somebody, right? Pay somebody to do it. This time, because I knew my job was ending, I don't want to spend a bunch of money. It would have been like, $6-7 grand to move us. I'm like, we'll do it ourselves. We'll get a couple U-Haul trucks. We'll hire people to load the truck on Seattle. I'll drive it over. We'll hire people here to unload it. And it turns out we spent about $2,000 on the move and doing it that way. But my goodness gracious, I really underestimated how much we needed space-wise. Like, the first move was, and my wife and I argued about this. I'm taking the craps table on the first truck. I'm going to craps table, and we boxed up what I thought was about 90% of our house in boxes, dishes, pots, pans, all the most of the things. And so we had this 20-foot truck. We loaded the back with boxes, right? And then the two guys that were there, I said, here's the crap. They were laughing at me, of course. You got a craps table in your garage? We put the craps table on, and of course it's 14 feet long, right? We had a 20-foot truck. So, and it's whatever it is, 5 feet wide or something like that. So it takes up almost one whole side of the truck and about halfway across. Nothing you can do after that, right? When that's on there, there's nothing else you can do. So we got as many boxes as we could on the back. We got the craps table in there. We loaded. I had these big. If you saw the last year's Pacific Northwest meetup, I have all these like big, not bins, big cabinets in the garage. All those cabinets went on the truck, and of course they take up a ton of space too. We loaded them things up, and off I go. Right, and we have all of our soft stuff, all of our clothes, bags, and all this. The craps table was loaded floor to ceiling in that truck, and off I go. And of course, Ian can tell you this. If you've been to Washington, there's between Seattle and Wenatchee, the west side and the east side of the state, there's this massive mountain pass, right? There's a couple of them, but the one I went over is called Stevens Pass. You can look it up. Stevens Pass is great pictures up there. Good skiing too. It's about 4,000 feet elevation, and you go from like sea level to 4,000 feet in about 20 minutes. It's like straight up, right? So this truck that I've got this, and it is like, it felt like a 1970s U-Haul. It had like 170,000 miles on it. This thing, and I have it floored. And Ian will back me up on this. When you have a bad truck, and you're going up the pass, you can floor it all you want, and that thing's not going to go anywhere. That truck was loaded to the gills. And I was lucky to be doing 35. It took me an hour to climb the frickin' pass on that thing. And it was blowing black smoke out the back. It was horrifying, right? It was so bad getting up the pass with that truck. And of course, halfway up there, I hear boom, right? Because this whole stack of boxes, of course, tipped over from the top of Mom's attic in the U-Haul. They fell backwards. Luckily, we had our table loaded up with all of our soft stuff, right? So they all landed on the table. Nothing got broke or anything. But man, it was like, this truck's not going to make it. And we get up there, right? And yes, we get up there, and what was I going to say? We come down to pass, and we get here. I have guys over. We unload it. I think I showed you a video of the side of my house, right? The side of my house is like the steep incline over here, super steep incline, and so 4 of us hoist this table up, and you know how much those things weigh. Got down the incline, got in the back room, and of course it doesn't fit in my room. And if you want to, I'll take the computer downstairs. I'll show it to you. Doesn't quite fit in the room. So it's a little cockeyed in the room, it'll be okay. It's just that it's a tight squeeze in there. That was the first moving story. The second moving story was, of course, the second truck. And the guys who loaded my first one, I toured the house. I said, look, here's what we have left to move. He's like, you need a 26-foot truck. I'm like, there's no way. It's a bedroom set, my master bedroom set, living room set, kitchen table and chairs, outdoor furniture that I'm sitting in. And that's it. That's all we needed, right? How could it be a 26-foot truck? Well, guess what? 26-foot truck, packed, ceiling to the back, all the way. And that truck was a good one. That was a big ass, awesome truck. That thing made it over the pass just fine. Yes, behind me is the confluence of the Wenatchee and the Columbia. You're exactly. It's actually over there, where I'm pointing to. You can see it. Can you all see it? There. It's better. Top my head out of there, but yeah, you can see. I'm learning what all the stuff is. All these mountains have names. I don't know what's what quite yet, but yes, Royce, we're in East Wenatchee. So we have a great look at it. You probably can't see it too well, but the mountains behind me this way here, the Cascades back there, they're still snow-capped. I mean, it's pretty damn cool. Jen, is it hot? You know what? We got lucky here. The sun actually comes up behind me, or in front of the house. So I'm pointing at the sun's going to come over the house, and it sets over top of the mountains. It actually sets over that direction there. So it sets kind of like 45-degree angle off the side of the house, I guess, right? So it doesn't actually shine onto the deck directly, which is really cool. There was a house we looked at, we almost bought, where it faces a slightly different angle, and the sun sets directly into the kitchen, basically. And so we didn't buy that house. We bought this one here. I've got a cover, so you look at the roof. I'm in a covered roof, so when the sun's beaten down, we get shade. This deck is all shaded by this roof, so it's hot. It's going to be 105, 107 over the weekend. It's been 100 every day, but yesterday it's been hot, but it's not bad. We've been out here. Kathy and I have been slow in the unpacking because we've been sitting out here on the deck drinking the whole time. We've been out here just having our coffee, playing with the dogs, and just chilling, watching the view and all that kind of stuff the entire time. So we've been very slow for sure on the unpacking. So, all right, what else do we have here? I'm looking for other questions besides the water. I mean, yeah, right. Except for the water, but it looks like we're in Vegas, and the casino. There's no casinos here. I have a casino in a town called Manson, which is up by Lake Chelan, which is I think about 45 minutes from my house. They do have a craps table. Haven't been there yet, but I'll get up there once I get moved in. I think I'm putting this. I told you, like, what was it, about a month ago? I said, remember the show, John's Quitting Craps? Until I get a new job, I'm not playing. I'm not going to go out and gamble until I get the job. So I'm kind of paused, right, on getting out and doing things. Although I will be in Vegas probably in a week or so talking to David about some stuff. But I'm on pause, right? So I haven't been to the casino to see what it's like, what the table's like. But yeah, it's not too far away. And I can get to Ian's house and the casino's over there in about an hour and a half or so, if I drive quick. so there's that. All right, I'm not seeing any other questions. Who's here? We got 27 people here, which is about half our normal crowd. What else you want to know? Let's see. Let me know if my room is right. David, we got a great guest room downstairs. It's perfect. It's actually set up really well for that. Let's see. Yeah, boy, moving those tables is a bitch. It's so hard. Stargazing is great. Yeah, Tom, we have this app. It's called Sky Guide. I recommend the app. It's like $7. It's awesome. You point your phone at the sky, and your phone screen tells you what star you're looking at, what constellation. What I can see here that I couldn't see in Seattle, which is interesting, is satellites. Tons of satellites. Like you can see them. It looks like airplanes almost, but they're like way too small to be an airplane. Like, what is that, Dan? Is that a meteor? Like, no, they're satellites. You can see them all, and the Sky Guide app will show you that satellite S374, and you click into it, and it tells you what it's doing. Like, that's a satellite that does whatever. It's freaking cool. So, yeah. Thank you, PG. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's very, very cool. Jen says, don't put the... I thought about that. The problem is the deck is still long. The deck is still, it's almost to the end. I'm considering going 10-foot table. I'm really considering moving it down to a 10-footer. We'll see. And the reason for that is because I want to do other games. I want to do some roulette. I want to do some baccarat, some blackjack down there. And if I get a smaller size table, what I'm going to do with it is take the rail where you throw from and put it on hinges. So I can take the rail and be like throwing over the rail, like normal, but hinge it down so I can walk up to it and the table would be waist high. The deck would be waist high. Then I can just deal other games, like without the chip rail being there. So we're thinking about doing like a hinged kind of thing. It's going to be super cool. Yeah, you guys can fly out here whenever you want to, Jen. You're always welcome at my house. Everybody's welcome. If you come in the next week, you're going to get put to work. I got pictures to hang and TVs to put up and that kind of thing. So, yeah, can't wait to visit. You're welcome here. Everybody's welcome. Yeah, satellite casing is super cool. It's very interesting to see that. There's also, you probably can't see it. I know you can't, but look over here. Wrong way. Look over this direction here, outside the deck. There's, over the roof of that house next to me, there's no way you can see it. There's a guy, it's famous over here. There's a cross up on that hill. It's got to be 15 feet tall. The thing is huge. LED lit. So at nighttime, there's a cross right over there that's lit up. It lights up the whole sky. It's really, really cool. I tried to get a picture of it, but you can't. But the shine, you can't see it. Roy says, Manson got rid of the crap. Really? They got rid of the craps table? Oh, crap. That sucks. That really sucks. I called them and I thought they had it. No bugs. There are beetles and stuff. There's rattlesnakes out here. But I haven't seen any bugs yet. But I don't get bit by mosquitoes. Mosquitoes don't like old Johnny. Kathy gets bit, but I don't. But we haven't seen them. We've been out here on the deck every night and have had zero problems. Yeah, it's not bad. There are snakes. There are definitely snakes on the hills behind us, for sure. So, and there's also right over there, right behind my house. I know Royce knows this, and being this too. I live like right below Fancher Heights. I think there's a racetrack up there, so I'm gonna get my redneck on and go looking at some car racing this weekend. I think so. Yeah, you have. See, I think because I'm diabetic or something that they don't like me. I don't know what it is, but I don't. They just buzz. They buzz me, but they don't bite me. So if you want to, let's walk in the house. I'll give you a quick tour of the progress, which is minimal, but I'll show you where we are. Here we go. Let's go. Let me go inside here. And again, you got to apologize. I got to apologize for the mess, but here we go. Oh, there's the puppies. You've heard me talk about the dogs. You probably never see the dogs. There's Gino and Rosie. Hey guys, say hi. Say hi. That's Gino. All right. I'm going to walk you down here. I'll face the computer this way so that you can see. Here we go. All right. This is the room. So when I showed you this before, this was empty. Right now we have our actual furniture in here. The 90 is going up today on the wall over there. It's going to go up later today. But here, and you can see, like, I got all my stuff, all my tools and crap are out here. This is actually the tabletop that I type on when I'm doing my shows. This is next to the craps table usually. But in here's the room. And you can see it's kind of a disaster. Like, the table's here, but I got some chips in the rail, and I got, like, I can shoot, but you can tell that, like, everything in the room is just everywhere. Like, I haven't yet put up. I just got the tripod yesterday, actually, from the old house. So the tripod's finally here, and then of course back in here. I think I've showed this before. Back in here, look at this mess. I'm sorry about that. This is the old table, like my old little table that I used to, do the videos on. This is now my desk. So I have my screen's gonna go there, and I'll get this all wired up. But that's my desk. This is where I'm gonna work from, and we'll do our shows. So your shows in the mornings will look like this when I'm sitting here. I'll be right here doing the show every day from this. And if you, again, looking down, this is my old table. So my old table is now my desk. And yeah, behind me will be that green wall back there. If I get out of the way, that's going to be the coffee cup wall. I got this really killer rack that's going to be nothing but coffee cups. So all the great cups we have. So it's going to be pretty cool, right? Yeah, it's going to be great. Yeah, Cadillac Jacks is here at the end of the world. I can't wait to go. Man, I love car racing. I'm a huge car racing nerd. So I cannot wait. It's a small track. I think it's a quarter-mile track. So it's going to be awesome. Yeah. So Snoqualmie and Legends in Yakima, I think they're about an hour and a half from me, roughly an hour and a half. So it won't be terrible. When Manson had the craps, it was only Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If people were there, yeah, it's these small towns. I mean, I'm not surprised they got rid of it. It's a bummer, which means I won't be going to Manson, I guess, right? Let's see. That's Kathy wanting computer help. I will help her in a minute. Any other questions y'all have? You want to talk? I'm surprised there's like all these things have happened since I've been gone, right? We have all you had the whole Jeff and Alfredo thing. You had, Ed's blowing people up on his review show, and nobody wants to talk about it. That's okay. If you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to. I'm going to get things ready to go here. Monday morning, we will do a coffee run and a DPC. I'm going to work the weekend to get the room completed and set up, decorated and all that stuff, and I'll have regular shows starting again Monday. So we'll be back to Daily Paycheck Monday, a regular coffee run. I'll get back to the 401 series, and we'll hopefully get some reviews in and some timelines set up for Crash for the Cure. So I'm hoping that next week feels more normal. Get back to the job hunt, get back to life, and after a working hard weekend here, we should be there. But yeah, I missed y'all. I was like, I can't talk too much about craps today, but I was missing everybody. It's actually, we can go ahead and throw the dice a little bit. I was missing y'all so much because it's just been so long. Let me do this. I wonder if you can see. If I do this, actually I got it this way. If I do it this way, can you see my table? Hey, look at that. If I actually put the computer on the little thingy, you can see. What do you think? Want to do one shooter with me? How about we do one shooter? Let's see what happens. Let's do a pretend daily paycheck here, right? We'll do one shooter. Let me get some money. I'll do it really quick. I'll do a quick hand or two, okay? I don't know what I got. Let's see. I'm gonna get some. Let's see what I got here. Let's put $1,000 in the rack. Do a little 75, 100, 500, 1,000. Let's see. We'll do $2,000 in the rack. How about that? $2,000 in the rack. I have no chips. I can't even pay myself. I only have blacks and greens available, so here we go. I'm gonna go and do a quick 75, 100 with you. You probably can't even see the money, but here we go. 75, 100 looks like 125 on the 5, 150 on the 6 and 8, and 75 in the field. What's worth the bets? There we go. $500, 500 action, as they say. 500 action. Let's go. I have not thrown a dice really since I moved in. Well, I'm lying. I've thrown a little bit, but not live. So here we go. Root for me. Jen says, "What is the Jeff and Alfredo thing?" I'll tell you about that in a minute here. Let me get a point here. Where's my puck? Do I have a puck? I don't. I have to use. Oh, here it is. Hold on. See, I've got two. There's one. Okay, there's the puck. Jeff did this thing where he kind of signed off and gave his recommendations on channels he recommends, and he kind of ranted a little bit about people being disingenuous, stealing ideas, that kind of thing. He's like, I'm not going to mention any names, but here's how I feel about it, and I'm getting out of the community because of it, kind of thing. Coming out. Looks like a 7. Good thing we're not working yet, right? Puck's got to be over here. Anyway, that got said about a week, 2 weeks, month ago, something like that. Alfredo came out yesterday and blasted Jeff, like literally blasted Jeff. That's another 7. What am I doing here? Really blasting him. Called him some names. Not. I don't think. Well, how do I say this right? Not what I would have expected, I guess, from Alfredo. That's a 9. But yeah, he called him out by name and said he was full of shit and basically called him an asshole. And I think divided, again, here we are, right, in a country where nobody can talk about issues. It's aces. That's perfect. Look at that. That's 100.5 right there. 150. Let's try and make $500 if we can. There's 150. In a country where you can't talk to anybody about actual issues, all you can do is compare who's the biggest asshole. That's what this has turned into, unfortunately. So it feels like Alfredo has kind of extricated himself from what I would call our group. There's a 516. That's going to be a $100 winner. Again, it's a net. It's 175 minus 75 net $100. There's $100 in the rack. So yeah, that's what happened. I mean, it's kind of like, I think Jeff was trying to be, I think, like, I don't know what the word is, like polite. Polite's not the right word, but like trying to, like, hey, I'm not going to name names, but this is the kind of thing that drives me crazy. Alfredo named names, and now it's ugly. And I feel like Alfredo now is kind of, there's a 7. So we lost money on that deal, which sucks. We pulled in 250 out of 500, so we're down 250. Here's $500 more out of the rack. We'll just go live or replace the bets and we'll do it again. So it got ugly and it's unfortunate. That was, I think, 2 days ago. So same thing as the Jimmy thing, right? When Jimmy and Ed and Jeff were kind of having the pissing match, it's the same thing. People get butthurt, and here's another 9. Rather than address it, it's name calling. You know what I mean? And I think that's a shame. It's like I said, I watch what's happening in America, and it's the same bullshit. You know what I mean? I'm tired of, like, Trump said it last night. I think he said it very well in his speech. I don't know. I can paraphrase if I forget what he got. There's a 10 hot. All right, that's $75. What he basically said was, we're stronger when we're fighting with each other, not fighting each other, right? And there's a nuance to that. I think I will fight with you all day. I'm talking to Jen specifically. I'll fight with you all day long on issues, right? How do you handle X? How do you solve for Y? All those things I think are great things to fight with you about, but I don't want to fight you as a person. I think we are in a situation now where all we do is fight each other, and it's gross. There's a 5, 415, another $100. That's where we've landed ourselves. It's a shame. The country is gone to shit because of it. And I think that whole unity message is important. And I think that's what happened with those two. And I think and Jimmy, the same thing. It's like, nobody's fighting with you as a person, but people take it that way. It's a damn shame. 9 point. All right, $75. $75. I'm going to actually do 100 for a quarter because I'm kind of out of quarters over here. There we go. Puck's off. Puck's off. Bets off. Puck is off. Bets are off. All right. And I think Waylon had a thing, right? Remember, you guys watched Waylon? Waylon he did a Donald Trump strategy, and people lost their minds on him just because he said the words. Just because he said the words out loud, people lost it. You should be able to, have an opinion without, I don't know. Don't make me start doing my political rants. I'll have another channel that I'll start just for that. Here we go. Points 5. Let's have a better roll than the last one, huh? 6, 1, frickin' 7. Are you kidding me? All right, we'll lose another $500. So far, the Iron Cross is getting its ass handed to it. I do have 500 in the rack, though. So we got our money back from the first shooter. If I take my winnings and put them back in the bank, I got $1,000 left and $500 out there, so we're down 500. That's a huge problem. Maybe we'll get a roll this time. Try to look at now I can't see it all. I got to lean in here and can't see anything. Let's see. I'll be in Vegas from the 20th to 27th of this month, Louis, or next month? I'm going to start going out there almost every weekend. I'm going to do some training with David on being a dealer. Here we go. Dice are out. I'm going to try and start dealer training. So I'm going to be out there. That was a 516, not 314. Be out there on the weekends, getting that done. So I don't know if it'll be every weekend or every other weekend, but let me know if it's this one or August. Here we go. Come on. Quit kissing the dice. I keep doing that. That was a 6, 4, 10. Boom. 75 in the field. Let's make 500 this time. We gotta get our money back. John's got to be a better shooter. John's got to be a better shooter. Let's go. Let's do this set here. Little 2V. Little 2V, huh? What do you think? That's a better looking throw. It's a 3 AC Aducee, $75. Let's do 100 for 25. All right, here we go. Here we go. Christening the new table with y'all. Can I win? I'm gonna. If I get 1 penny up, we're gonna stop. Oh my God, it's a 7. It's a 7. Can I have our first session be a losing session? Can we? Or would that be perfect for me? It's 400, $500. Our first session cannot be a loser. Come on. Come on. Let's go for it. That's going to set the 7s. Maybe that'll stave it off a little bit. All right, we got a 9 again. Come on. Come on. Set them as they come. Here we go. Man, I suck. I haven't thrown in so long, I suck. 4 hard. Again, we'll do 100 for a quarter. Man, I'm down $1,000. Jeez. Down $1,000. Here we go. Can you even see the die? You can even see the. I guess you kind of can, right? 7. Okay, well, I think one of 2 things has to happen. We either have to burn the bankroll, or we gotta win. Here we go. We're down to our last $500 is out there. We're gonna burn the bankroll. Let's go, Johnny. Come on, throw the damn dice. Have a better day. Here we go. Dice are out. Coming out. That's a 2 and a 5, 7. Oogly. Oogly. Where's the other dice? Oh, there it is. Put this back. Here we go. Come on, John. 5, 3, 8. Okay, there's an 8. That's our new point. Not bad in here. There's a little echoey. I gotta get some stuff on the walls. It's a little bit echoey, I think. That's a better throw. Hard 6. All right. $100. We just need 15 more of those and we'll be in profit. 15 more 6s and we'll be in profit. That's all that has to happen. It's very easy. Craps is an easy game. 6. There's a second of them. That's cool. Another $100. 14 more to go. 14 more 6s to go, and we got it. We got this nailed. Got it nailed. Let's go. Oh boy, that was a skipper. That's a 3 and a 2. That's a 5. So that's another $100. I'll take that. Look at that. We have $500 back. That's 1 shooter back that we've lost. So out of 2,000, we have 500 out there and 500 in the rack. There's a 4 hard, $75. I'll do again 100 for a quarter. Root for me, folks. Root for me. Here we go. That's a better throw. It's a 6 and a 1. It's a 7, and we're done. Bummer. Bummer, bummer, bummer. Okay. Why don't we stop there because I'm out of money. We end up losing $1,500 on our first live show throws. That's okay. Way to christen the table. Way to christen it. That's all good. Come back over here. That was fun just to kind of play around a little bit, but all right, let's get over here. Back in here and we'll just see how y'all are doing. And then I'll bug out. Let's see. Let's see. Table's full of 7s. Why don't you make lay bets? Lay. Lay the point. I can do it. Oh, man. Let's see. Lower your shots too. Yeah, I know. You know what? I'm literally just tossing. I know I'm way too high. I wasn't even really trying. I was just kind of just hucking them out there. Anyway, I just wanted to throw a little bit live. Let's see. Let me know when the room is ready. Your room is almost ready. The room is cool. Actually, the guest room down here is actually really pretty cool. It has a door to the bathroom. It's actually really like nice. Tell Marcus to fight like a family, not against. Right? Yeah. Like I said, I'll fight with you all day long. I just don't want to fight you. Like that's the whole damn thing, right? It's like let's just again get back. I want to get back to like arguing pros and cons of this tax policy versus that tax policy, or pros and cons versus of this foreign policy, that foreign policy. Not, I think Trump said what did he say last night? He's like, if people spent more of their time and money on that versus the lawsuits and everything else, imagine what the progress we could have made, right? Spend your time and money on making shit better instead of just trying to destroy somebody. That's their problem, right? That's the country's politics problem. But I think as people, we can, I think, do the same thing. We can spend a lot more of our time fighting with each other, not fighting each other. And I think that's the message that I pull out of the whole arguments that have happened between Jeff and Alfredo and Jimmy and Ed and whatever else, right? It's all dumbness, right? Just don't get your back up on everything. Be a man, take the punch, and let's have a conversation. That's how it all needs to be. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Need to make a craps table that's a Murphy bed. Now that's cool. That's actually a cool idea. I love that. That's a Murphy bed craps table would be great because you have the walls to lean against. It's awesome. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all have a good weekend. I'll see you Monday for regular set of shows. Hopefully, I have cameras set up. We can play regular, normal, like we normally do. Get back to a good schedule next week, and again, craps chat on Sunday, and I'm gonna bring back Friday night fights here in a few weeks as well. So once I get set up and comfy, we'll start getting back to a regular rhythm. Good to see y'all here again today. Thanks for hanging out. And tell your friends we're back. In the meantime, I'm out. You have a good weekend. Love y'all. God bless. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.